Welcome back to another episode of Dreamcatchers Presents the Jason Smith Show. I finally got it right this time, because typically I always say YDC Dreamcatchers, the whole podcast, but where we don't chase dreams, we catch them. And who am I here with today? Now, I done known this dude since I was 7th grade. Honestly, I've known you since I first came to Brown Deer. This is a serial entrepreneur. This is a legendary soccer player. I think the greatest soccer player in Brown Deer history. I'm pretty sure the greatest soccer player in Brown Deer history. Got all the records. Not only that, he is a prominent musician right here in the city of Milwaukee, helping putting Milwaukee on the map through tunes. And he got a single dropping tomorrow, Friday. So make sure y'all type in, who am I sitting here with? I am here with
Cam Will.
Cam,
Sir.
how you doing today, man?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Now, I hit you up, when was that? Probably like last week. I was like, bro, whenever I'm coming through lists of guests I'm gonna choose, I'm like, okay, who personally inspires me? Who do I look at? Especially, I'm really, the people around my age, that's who I really want to hold in on, because, dog, I feel like we are I don't want to say people don't listen to us, or I just think people think that our generation, Gen Zs, are shallow. I feel like they don't really appreciate and understand the depth. Yeah, we Gen Z.
So what's millennials?
Millennial is the one right before us, but that cutoff I think is like 97. People because people, they like to bunch millennials and Gen Z into the same group because we very real similar. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro. So I'm like, yeah, I need some winners on the podcast, people who out there actively catching their dreams. So I'd like to jump right in.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The first question I like to ask is, what is the dream?
The dream. I would say the dream for me is just life-changing financials for my family. I would say it's to be the biggest artist of our generation, and also to take pro soccer the furthest that I could take. I think those three are my things.
Wait. Were you still doing the soccer too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you gonna be a musician and a pro soccer player at the same time. Do you understand how legendary that is?
I know. That's the goal.
So what do we have to do in order to make that happen?
Honestly, it's really just making it happen. Like, I was gonna do it the end of last year, but I ended up moving to Louisville. And so when I was out in Louisville, I was supposed to go to this combine, but I felt like I was progressing in my network out there and like the relationships, and I was like, I don't want to stop this and leave and go somewhere else. So I decided to stay, but the end of this year, it'll be happening.
Louisville. I know people from Louisville say it that, but then people who not from there say Louisville.
Yeah.
That's wild, because whenever I heard somebody say Louisville, I'm like, okay, so they must have been there for a little while, because I'm programmed Louisville. But okay, yeah, because I remember when you were going crazy in soccer, when everybody, you actually did. I remember you made a song in high school. I do remember it. I remember it all. I'm trying to tell you. So I'm like, you actually was rapping, but you were really focused on soccer in high school. Even went to college for soccer. When did the switch come from? Because you eventually stopped playing soccer in college. Yeah. So when did that come? When did the mindset come of, okay, forget soccer right now, I'm a zone in on the music?
Originally, I wanted to play pro overseas, but I didn't come from a family that had like a lot of connections and knew what they were doing. So I ended up kind of getting forced into the Division I like aspect of soccer, like the college side. And so I ended up doing that, and like I wasn't like the biggest fan of my experience. And so I made a project, the one I showed you in the dorms. I made that project, and I don't know, the feeling that I had when I made that project kind of made me be like, yo, I think it's time for me to do music like seriously, because it felt like the first like creative outlet that I felt good about putting out, because I'm not the person that like shows my emotions the most to everybody. So music felt like therapeutic for me, and I was like, I think this is something I could do like full time.
I remember it. Like we were talking before. Like I remember we were both at UWM at the same time. Well, we graduated literally the same class at Brown Deer. Yeah. And I remember I got a text and he like, "Hey Jay, come upstairs real quick. Come up to my dorm. You had the speaker and all that. You was showing me the music and stuff like that." People don't understand that he was grinding back then. He was hanging up flyers on the wall for people to November. What was it called? Yup. He was hanging the flyers up on the wall and it got to the point where UWM's like, hey, boss, hey, I like the hustle, but you got to take the mugs down. Yeah. But it's the hustle, bro. It's the grind. Like people don't understand because you just jumped right. That was your first project. You just jumped right into the music from soccer and went full-fledged in.
Which is kind of crazy.
Which is really crazy because it takes and something that I did admire about you because even in school, in high school, Vorpre, like you had a whole clothing brand. That's what I'm saying. It's like you've always had these ideas. And I was talking to Bree the other day when I was telling her I'm gonna have you as a guest, and I'm like, it was always inspiration. The fact that once you set your mind on something, you go all in on that. Like it's not even okay, half this, half that. Once you set your mind and say, I'm gonna do this, Vorpre, you was going crazy selling the clothing brands. Once you went crazy, the soccer, the greatest Brown Deer soccer player of all time, went to UWM, now about to be pro again, and now music, doing your thing, boss. So I really admire that. What would you say the biggest lessons that you've learned so far over these last couple years? That you've been, going crazy with the music and now pro soccer again.
I think the biggest lesson kind of like is for me that obviously to like a lot of people it can look like I'm doing things at different levels, which like I understand that I am, but I still wake up every day upset that I'm not where I want to be. So I think for me it's just like learning to be present in the process and understand that like the peaks and the valleys are all going to come with it, and you kind of just have to keep putting your next foot forward every single day, because there's a lot of times where I'll be like, I know I have the music that could be way bigger than where it's at now, and so sometimes that gets like depressing or sometimes that gets like hard, but then I go back and I just listen to the music and it makes me like energetic again, because I'm like, okay, it's not the music, it's just maybe it's the marketing or it's like my team and I got to figure out that. So I think that's my biggest thing, is just focusing on the next day and not being so focused on where I want to be.
So stemming off of that, it's a perfect segue. I mean, I wasn't going to ask this yet, but it's a perfect segue. How do you define success then?
I think it depends on like where it comes from specifically. Like monetary wise, I have like an idea of where I would want to be to feel successful for that, where I can wake up and if anybody ever needs me for any emergencies or anything, I always can be the person that they can count on, or I can change my parents' life, or, pay off their bills, pay off like my friends' bills, just stuff like that, where I've been lucky enough to be around certain people that I've seen how they changed their entire family's life now. So that's like the monetary way, that's how I see that. But I think for music, I want to be driving and somebody pulls up next to me playing my music and they don't know that I'm next to them. Like I want to be to that level where I'm selling out the Pfizer just the way that like a Drake can if he were to just post like, yo, I'm doing a concert in my city tomorrow. Entire stadium is going to be sold out. So I think that's where I see it for me.
Is there a pivotal moment in your life in which changed everything? Now it woke you up. It was something that happened, and it's like, okay, no, I got to double down. I need to get serious about this. Like I need to go to the next level. Or has that just always been in you?
I say there's a lot. Honestly, there's like a lot of just moments that all added up. Like one of the main things was my auntie passed last year, and when I hadn't seen her for a long time, and then I got to go see her, and she didn't even look like herself. And my uncle told me like, as long as she's fighting, we're gonna keep praying for her. And so that was like one of the first moments where I was like, wow, we never know when we're done here, like for real. And like especially Brown Deer, we lost a lot of people around like 2020, 2021.
Crazy.
So that part of me also, I was like, yo, people are leaving. So it's like we can't waste time. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't. Like I still go through my periods where, I don't get out of bed, which it could be a week. It could be a couple of days. I don't know. But I think that's like those two are like some of the main things for me.
How do you handle grief?
I don't know if I handle it. I think I just let it be.
Mm-hmm.
I've never like per se Miles. Miles was tough on me because me and Miles were really good friends growing up, and then around like the high school time when he left, we kind of stopped. We kind of fell off, and then like when he came back to Brown Deer, we weren't as cool. But then after, we would text each other just periodically, just like stuff that we would see online, just to make sure that we both were cool. And like that specific moment for me was like one of the first times that I had like a childhood best friend like leave. And so I don't know. I think that one for me, I kind of just was like, I don't know. It just happened. You know,
no, that was tough.
Yeah, you can't really process it.
I remember the exact day. I remember I was asleep. I got a text from Bree. She like, Miles died. I don't know what's going on. I was, bro, I'm over here freaking out, bro. Because like it's like, what are we talking about? Like literally, I was just talking to bro yesterday, like the day before.
Crazy.
Same thing with Melly. I was talking to Melly the night before, and what were me and Melly talking about? Melly, that's my boy Andrew. He passed away in a car crash in a fire. And we were literally talking about Miles, and we were like, "Bro, we can't be working on 9 to 5 and all of that, talking about the future and all of that." And then the next day, I get a text from Brandon saying, "My nigga Melly gone," and I'm like, "Bro, it was so hard to process because he was just at my crib a couple of days before that." So no, I think when processing grief, I think obviously it's different for everybody, but I think it's hard to process grief because what do you really do? I mean,
I don't know. You know, obviously, like they say, you could talk about it, but I think you just learn to live with it more so. And like every day it becomes a little easier because you forget. You think about it less. But then when you do think about it, it kind of feels the same way again. Like there'd be a random time where it could be somebody in my life that's passed, and I'll just think about them for a second, and I feel the same emotions I felt when I first heard that they passed. But then that might not happen again for another 3 months rather than like back to back to back days when it first happened. So I think you just learn to like put it in the back of your head the way you kind of do with a lot of like memories growing up.
You just hit me with something because that makes perfect sense because like even though I'm thinking of somebody like my granny, it's like I will go without thinking about it. But the moment I think about it, I'm with the same exact feeling that I felt when I first got the news. And that was years ago. And I think in 20 years from now, whenever I think about it, I'm still going to get that feeling. Yeah. But I will say it also drive me because it's like, okay, boom, like I got to make this happen. Because you made a good point about, bro, we don't know when the next day, you know, so we not promised tomorrow, so we have to go all in today, and we got to do what we got to do. Yeah. I love it. So we talking about grief. How do you practice? I know we talking about we don't know really much how to process grief, but how do you practice self-care? How do you keep your mental on par?
Recently, I've been going on nature walks.
I love it.
Like, honestly.
What does it do for you?
I don't know. It just feels good. Like, some things I can't explain, but like, just being outside and just like seeing the trees and seeing the bugs on the tree and just hearing everything and like not being so encapsulated with what's going on everywhere else besides where I'm at. I don't know. I think like that type of stuff has kind of like really helped me. No,
I agree because when I'm feeling stressed, I'm going outside. Right. I'm getting some sunlight.
It's something about outside.
It's because it's really, nature, bro. Yeah. It's us. Like we are nature. So when we out there, we are one with everything that's out there. You got to understand, a tree is living just like how we living. A plant is living just how we living. It breathes just how we breathe. Like people don't understand that. Because they put nature and other animals and like trees and all that stuff, they put that on a lower class than us. Yeah. But it's like we got to understand. First off, we don't need to be here. Trees can survive without us.
Right.
We can't survive without trees. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's like we need to start appreciating nature more. And no, like I go outside, I walk Prince, my dog, bro, have an amazing time. And because
dog name?
Prince, yeah. It's crazy because like I wanted to name him King because of King LeBron, King James, Michael Jackson, King of Pop. But my granny Sherry had a dog already named King that passed away, and I didn't want to. So I'm like, okay, what's the next best thing? Prince. But people think I named him after the singer Prince. And I really didn't.
Right.
I really named him Prince. Like, I was just like, I'm the king, he my prince, because I wanted to name him king in the first place.
I remember you was the biggest Michael fan.
I am the
like,
biggest.
How you gonna name your dog?
You see what I'm saying? It's not. Even though I do love Prince too, no, it's Mike all day. Mike, Prince, listen, Prince is not messing with Mike. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't care what nobody's saying. Yes, Prince can play more instruments. Bro, I think it's more talented. Michael Jackson's body was his instrument, bro. Michael Jackson, he danced. It was pure nature. He didn't need an external object in order to display his emotion. Michael Jackson do it himself. Dancing is meditation in itself, and he's the greatest dancer of all time. Listen, he's a better singer than Prince. I don't care what y'all say. You think I really care what y'all say? He's like, when we talking about music videos, you done got me going on Michael Jackson.
See.
Yo, we talking about music videos, when we talking, like, come on, bro.
I agree.
Any music video?
Michael's my goat.
Okay, beautiful. I love it. So yeah, no, so nature walks. No, I completely agree. I think that nature is definitely taken for granted. Is there a personal mantra that you follow? Is there like guidelines or a saying that keeps you going or that resonates in your head?
Proverbs 14:23 says, "In all toil there's profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty." So literally, I feel like that's like across all works of life, your relationships, your creative endeavors, your personal life. Like if you're not working and you're just talking about changing, it's never gonna change. It's always the work that's gonna change.
Because everybody want to talk.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody
sounds good.
talk.
It feels good. It feels good to talk.
You know,
conversation right now.
Who you telling? Listen, on every report card I ever had, Jason talks too much.
But the difference is you recording it for content.
You see what I'm saying?
Somebody else could just be talking just to talk.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people, they talk just to talk, and they have these dreams, but I don't think people understand the importance of actually doing, bro. Yeah. Like literally just starting. People be in their head so much because they like, I don't know how to start. Bro, I don't know how to. When we start, we don't know what we doing right now. We just put a camera up, put some phones up, and press and record and talking. We don't know what we doing, but it's all about starting. It's a saying. You can't move. The car can't move while parked, bro. You don't got to know where you going, but the car can't move while parked, bro. So no matter what, put that car in drive and just get going, dude. You go learn as you progress in what you're doing. But I think it's fear. One is fear of the unknown, and I think a lot of people fear lack of support. Yeah. And what I like to tell people is, bro, the people you know, yeah, they go support you, but dog, the strangers, they really gonna support you. The people you don't know, they really go get behind you. So it's about building that fan base and attracting people to your content or whatever it is. Yeah, How you feel about that?
I agree. The biggest support I got, I would say, is from outside people. Because also they kind of can just fall in love with what you do rather than who you are.
Exactly.
And so then that doesn't come with everything that somebody has seen you growing up doing that they might not like or they might not be able to break out of their shell. Yeah. But a new person, they just see your work and they just love your work, and so they care about you. So,
dude, and because I remember when I first started just in media, like I'll be flustered. I'm like, bro, I know all y'all. Like, you get what I'm saying? But then as I start going, I start realizing, bro, it's not about, you have to make people a believer, bro. People not just go believe in you just to believe in you, bro. You have to show them, you have to give them proof. And I think people forget that aspect. Everybody is so zoned in and everybody gets so down, and rightfully so. I mean, everybody has a right to get down, but everybody get down because of the lack of support. Bro, you got to just go. You go find the support. You have to put your first foot forward and just keep going. Yeah. So what's the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
I don't know. I don't know if it's the best piece of advice that I've received, but something that I remember the most, like, and I think about consistently. There was this guy that I was working with, and he was my manager at the time. And he kind of joined the team that I already was like establishing. And something he said to one of the team members on my team was like, Cam's his worst enemy. And ever since that day, I still think about that, like to this day, whenever I'm like debating something for too long or not making a decision. And I like use that almost as like a way to be like, I kind of got to be able to just get out of my way and not hold myself back the way that like you can. Like sometimes you could be the person that's holding yourself. 99% of the time,
I was about to say,
it's always you holding yourself back, not somebody else. And so taking that level of accountability, I think hearing that from that person has like definitely changed my perspective of the way I view everything.
It's definitely 9.99999999999 times out of 10. You in your own way, bro.
Yeah.
Like that, it's as simple as that, because like I'm saying, you too busy worrying about what other people saying, but I don't care what other people saying. I don't even want to get, bro. I don't care, bro, because it don't matter. What people got to understand is every human lives in they have their own journey through life. They got their own path through life, and it's tailor made for them, bro. Everybody else is a side character in your movie, bro. Don't care about what the side character is saying. Forget, bro. They go come, they go pass, they go be here for a little bit, but you go always be with you. I remember, yes, it's one dude who lived by me. I swear he an angel. Bro. Because I see this dude just so randomly. And I remember one of the last times I saw him, he was riding this bike right out by my apartment. I live on Prospect on the east by the lake. So, you know, it's one way. It's be busy all the time. This man is on the bike. He stopped in the middle of the street because I was trying to get into the passenger side of a car. Somebody was picking me up. Stopped me in the middle of the street. I'm talking in oncoming traffic, bro. And he just telling me the story about his life. But the one thing that I remember he said was, no matter where you go, no matter where you try to run, you are going to always be with you. You cannot escape yourself, bro. So you need to get right with you, and then you'll get right with everything else, bro. Because everything else is just a reflection of how you feel inside, of what you, how you feel about yourself inside. So that always stuck with me. So yeah, you are always your biggest enemy, bro. Yeah. So what advice would you give younger Cam?
Same thing. Nobody will see you till you see you. Literally, that's. I was in Louisville a couple of weeks ago, just working on a song idea, and that was like the concept. Because I felt myself just like sitting in the hotel, and I was like, I have all of this like work that I know. Like I know I have records that'll be #1 records. Like undoubtedly, I have a lot of smashes in the vault, but nobody can see those yet. And I was like, nobody's even gonna really be able to see those records until I truly believe and I truly see like exactly what these can be, and I give them the attention that they deserve. And I think that's like the biggest thing for, I would say, the biggest piece of advice that I could give to anybody is like, get right with yourself and make sure you see you and you know who you are before you try to have somebody like tell you who you are.
So what's the process like making your music? So when you making your songs, what is it? Do you go off of strictly inspiration? Do you already know what you about to talk about, rap about? What's the process like?
It's honestly, there's no specific process. I would say what I do the most is definitely hearing a beat and then either having a concept already and trying to find the right beat for it, or hearing the beat and that beat right away strike a melody that I'll just like mumble, and then I'll catch that melody and then start to build off that, and then I'll be like, it makes me feel this way, and then I'll start to put words to it. Because before, like in college, which is why I took that whole EP down, I used to just write like line for line for line for line for line for line, and then it used to feel like I was like almost like preachy rather than just like expressing myself on a record. And so I definitely have done a little more of the experimental, just like mumbling to find different pockets and then putting words in. And I kind of learned that from just researching the way that they say like Drake and Ye and Wayne and like all those type of artists do it.
Yeah.
I also get a lot of inspiration just like in the shower, like, or in my dreams. Like the other day I had a dream, had a song idea, and just woke up and put it in my voice memo. So it's a lot of different ways. I kind of just more so try to take myself out of it and just let it happen.
I feel like it's much easier to make the song when you have the beat already and then just hop on it. Because it's harder for me if I'm writing a song and making a song without having a beat, unless I'm a beat maker and I'm able to tailor make the beat toward how I'm rapping. But bro, it's always so much easier to just have a beat and then you can get on there and make that beat.
For sure, yeah. Ultimately, yeah, because half of the thing is already done, half of the process.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I think more recently, especially now that like I've started to build a relationship with different producers that I trust to build with from scratch. Before, I used to never build beats from scratch. I used to always just take what was sent to me. But now I've been able to be in rooms where we're crafting an entire idea, where it's like, these are like the directions that I want to go in, and then these are the specific ways I want this drum to sound, or this sub to sound, or this kick, this 808 bass line. Like, everything can be way more tailor-made. And so the music that I'm making now feels like me, finally. Like, I feel like I've found my sound, at least of where I'm at now. It might change in a year, but at least now this is the first time that I felt like I found me. So that's why I'm the most excited about this music, because I feel like before, when we would send it to labels and hear back from A&Rs and everything, the response we would always get would be like, he needs more development. And like, obviously, I think at the end of the day, if you're making music, you shouldn't just focus on what somebody who doesn't make music tells you about your music. You should focus on the people that are supposed to be listening to your music and engaging in those stories and creating like their life stories to the music that you make. But now I feel like I did see that advice, and I did like kind of feel that way. Like, I knew I was just throwing it to see if anybody would bite, hoping that somebody would bite and then give me the time and give me the tools to find myself more. But it's come in different ways now, rather than the exact way that I expected it to. But like, now we finally have reached where I'm like beyond happy with the music that I'm making.
What do you want the listeners of your music to take from your music?
It depends on the record, I would say. Like, it could be, I don't know. I don't know if there's a specific thing I want anybody to feel. I think I'm more so just like want to just put myself out here. This is my offering during this time, and then you do what you do with it. Like, if you gotta cry to it, cry to it. If you gotta play it at a party to get your stuff off, do that. If you gotta play it in the car after you get out of practice, or you gotta play it pregame, like, there's a lot. I think whatever it just fits for, like, that's just what I want it to be. I don't think I have like a specific way I want people to consume it. I just want it to be felt. Like, I want it to be real.
I think that's the best music, because I think that once you drop, bro, it's all your pain and your art that you are delivering to the world, and however they perceive it is up to them. And I think that is the best. Just how like Lil Wayne can say a bar, a punchline, and every single one of us in this room, all four of us in this room, are get a completely different interpretation of it. That is the best music.
Yeah. Sometimes why I'm not to. I love Rap Genius.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that opportunity away when it comes. Yeah. But sometimes it's like you get to peek behind the curtain a little too much. You might not like the record as much.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, for some situations, I love seeing behind the curtain. Like, I want to see the way they made it. I want to see every vocal take that they did. I want to all of that. But some songs, I'm like, I don't want to see anything besides what was presented to me, because this is so like special to me, the way that I have created memories to this song, that I don't want to know how it was made, because then it might take away my perception of what I thought this was about. So.
You just want the art, bro.
Yeah.
No, I agree. No, I completely agree. I think that's the best way. Who are your biggest inspirations?
I'm inspired by anybody that's like killing it in whatever industry they're in. Like, whoever's at the top is who inspires me the most, because I know how hard it is to get to the top. And then honestly, like, how hard it is to stay at the top from what I've seen.
Man, it's harder to stay there than it is to get there.
So anybody that's done that you can think of, like, across from Tom Brady to Adele to Drake to Jordan to Curry to Kyrie to like so many different people. Anybody that's like reached that pinnacle and has been able to stay there for a long time, because we've seen so many NBA players come and go, so many artists come and go, so many painters come and go, so many podcasts come and go. But anybody that's like got there and stayed are who I look up to the most.
And I think a big reason that they made it is because of consistency, bro. Consistency is key to everything. And no, I'm with you. I like the best. There's a reason why Michael Jackson is my favorite. There's a reason why LeBron is my I like the best. I don't understand. I understand liking, players that aren't the best. But bro, if I want to be the best, I'm looking at the best and like, okay, how did they get there? Let me replicate, let me duplicate what they did in order to get there. Okay, Bronnan's in the gym at this time before everybody. He leaving before everybody. Okay, I'm gonna come here before everybody, and you see, I'm down to the last person here, doing what I gotta do. You see what I'm saying? So no, I'm 100% with you. No, Cam. I want to move on to another a game that I like to call this or that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna elaborate.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give you the options.
Yeah.
Let's
go.
Have to tell me which one it is, and you gotta tell me why.
Let's go.
First one. Logic or emotion?
So I can only pick one.
You can only pick one, and you gotta elaborate why you picking that one. And I'm gonna warn you, I hit everybody with the hard ones.
Emotion.
Why?
I feel like our favorite people in the world are the most emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, I'm not. I think we should control our emotions and not be led by our emotions, and I think we should be able to like constructively think and make decisions based off of like X, Y, and Z type, process. But if I had to only choose one, I'd rather people carry emotion more so than logic.
I would say emotion too, simply because every decision humans make, is based off of emotion.
Yeah.
What we do is we make a decision off of emotion, and then
not me.
Keep going.
But yes, keep going.
But most people, they make it off of emotion, and then they rationalize after. I call it rational lies. It's like they try to convince themselves that they made the right decision after the fact, after they made the decision, even though they made it purely off of emotion. Bro, like if I'm laying on the bed, I'm tired, but I know I gotta go get the clothes out the washing machine, I'm probably not finna get up because I'm tired, bro. Like that feeling, that emotion of being tired overrides everything else. And then afterwards, I'm going to rationalize and say, well, it's not that deep. I can just do it later in the day. I can just do it tomorrow. It's not that serious. Even though I knew I should have got my tail up and went to go take them clothes out the laundry machine. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I would choose emotion. Okay. Next one. Misunderstood after you pass or forgotten?
Misunderstood.
Yeah. Why?
Because I kind of sometimes feel like I'm headed in that direction. I've missed things that I don't regret, but I wish I could have been at, such as like, certain family members, like funerals, because I had to be in LA for X, Y, and Z, or just like things that like you typically may not, or you shouldn't maybe miss, but I know that I'm trying to change my entire family's like life, so that lifestyle is gonna come with missing some things, and some people might be upset about it, but I'd rather them not understand and reap the benefits of what I saw. Than,
That's huge.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather be misunderstood. First off, bro, we all already misunderstood. We gotta understand that every single person that knows us, that come in contact with us, have a completely different perception of us. How you view your mom is completely different than how your mom view herself. How your mom view you is completely different than how your siblings view you. Every single person views you differently, so you're gonna be misunderstood regardless. Yeah. I don't want to be forgotten, man. No, like you want to leave your mark on the world at least. Like at least remember my name, boss. Jesus.
I saw something that like Ye said about being forgotten, but being able to be so impactful that people don't even know how much impact you had. I don't know if that's exactly how you said it verbatim, but it's like the guy that made like the street signs.
Yeah.
I don't know who did that, but
it's impactful.
Yeah, it's everywhere. In
his legacy gonna live forever. Yeah. Whoever did it. So I like that concept too, of being so impactful that like you can't even tie that down to one person. You know who's getting that treatment right now? Michael Jackson. We gotta really put things into perspective back then when there was no social media, and a guy is selling 150 million copies from the store. I don't see something like that ever being replicated. This man is still the biggest selling solo artist of all time, and he been dead for I don't know how long. And honestly, I don't see anybody passing them in all-time sales. Now, I think relatively, like if we talking about putting stuff in perspective, Drake right now is the biggest artist in the world, I think, right now.
I would agree.
Even though some people will say Taylor Swift.
Forgot about her.
Yeah. And I like Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift. And I understand why.
Yeah.
She's so big because like it's easy to relate for her, like with majority of the world. But for me, obviously, I mean, I think Beyonce, but I think Beyonce the female Michael Jackson. But I don't know if somebody can be bigger than Michael Jackson, bro. I think it'd be very, very tough. Now, if that day come, hey, listen, it comes.
I think we're in a time period where there is going to be someone that captures all walks of life the way that Michael did.
That's what we need.
I think right now it's definitely harder because everybody's like algorithms are different. They feed them exactly what they want. So it's hard to cross over into other people's algorithms. But I just think it's going to take that artist that is able to just organically and naturally, and it doesn't feel forced, to feed so many different types of people that, like, that's what Michael did.
Yeah, they have to transcend generations.
That's what Drake did.
You see?
That's what Ye did, I think.
Yeah.
I think those type of artists are the ones that are going to be able to break through, and I think we just are waiting for that next person. I don't know anybody off the top of my head that I personally listen to that I like see them coming up as like they are a part of all of these different walks of life. But I do believe it's gonna happen.
What needs to happen is people got to start making monumental hits, bro. When I say hits, I'm talking about everybody and their mama know Billie Jean. Mm-hmm. You can go ask a little 5-year-old, and they start dancing to Billie Jean because they know Man in the Mirror. Like, we need Purple Rain by Prince. Mm-hmm. If more, like, Drake got a couple of those though. Like God's Plan, like he got a couple of those. But that's what you need. You need people that they need songs to transcend generations. To no matter what generation listen to it, they gonna like it. They gonna vibe to it. They gonna feel something from it, bro. Michael Jackson said music is strictly feeling. That's why he said he never wrote music. He just took a tape recorder out and recorded his, like, the harmonies and the melodies that he would do and stuff like that. And then he'll go to the studio and put words into what he did. But because, I mean, it's just pure nature, bro. And that's why I think that once people start making the monumental hits again, which Drake is doing, I think Beyonce probably got a couple. But yeah, bro. I mean, I hope so. Can't will come out here and be bigger than Michael Jackson. I'm just saying. Who says no?
That's the goal.
Who says no?
Not me.
Last one for this or that. Regret or doubt?
Regret.
Explain.
I think the worst decision is indecision. Like, the worst decision is making no decision. So I'd rather just have regret of not going this way, but I'm still at least going, rather than just teetering between two and not doing anything.
Regret is terrible. I don't want to do regret. I'd rather just do what I got to do and fail and learn from it than be thinking, oh man, I wish I would have did that. I wish I would, because that sucked, because there's nothing you can do. You can't go back in time.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, you can learn from a mistake and erase that memory by fixing it. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, okay, you go down a path that you don't like. I'm just not going to go down that path no more. Okay, I did that, been there, done that. I'm going to see what's over here.
Yeah, I remember somebody said, like, take as many losses as you can right away. Like, just stack your L's, because at least you're moving. And if you're scared of losing, then you're not going to end up winning down the line anyway. So
that was a beautiful addition to this or that. Now I want to move over to the final segment that I like, and I like to call this the deep dive, because I like to ask a philosophical question, and I just want to get the guest's opinion on what they think. You know what I'm saying? Is there a meaning to life? Ooh, I was gonna hit you with that.
Yes, I think ultimately it's to show, at least for me specifically, and what I would love for more people to believe in, is to show what being a follower of Christ is, and what that can do for your families and yourself. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be fame. It doesn't have to be anything, but just like you as a person. I think the utmost goal is to lead more people to follow Christ and preach the gospel.
I feel it.
That's what I think.
I grew up preaching.
Yeah.
I grew up in the church.
Yeah.
God, the Bible says. Heck yeah. So before we get out of here, Carol, first off, I'm gonna ask you a little bit about the single in a little bit. But I want to riddle off some top fives.
Okay.
First top five I want to ask you today. Who are your top 5 rappers in the game today?
Man, that switches all the time. I can tell you the top 5
right now.
I'm listening to.
Okay, yeah, tell me that.
I like Lil Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting into V's. I like V's a lot. Drake is up there. Who else? I've been listening to a lot of Jack recently.
So that's 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of my last is. Obviously, I would put myself in that 5, but if we're talking about like who I'm listening to, I put myself there.
I was about to say, I don't see no wrong with listening.
I listen to myself the most out of any artist, out of anybody, because I make my music.
Yeah, you understand your music better than anybody else.
Yeah.
So, top 5 rappers of all time.
All time is crazy.
All time.
You gotta go Drake, Wayne, Jay, Kendrick. Cole.
I'm gonna tell you, that's a beautiful list.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you my list. I'm gonna give you my list in order. Number 1, the greatest rapper of all time is Jay-Z. Sean Carter. He's the greatest rapper of all time. Hall of Fame, Hov did it all without a pen. Second, Kendrick Lamar. And that hurts me. Because you know I'm the biggest J. Cole fan.
Yeah.
But it come to a point. It's come to a point where I have to be in touch with reality. And it's just Kendrick Lamar is the second greatest rapper of all time. It just is. I think it's just too much, bro. It's too much.
Shout out Cole.
Shout out J. Cole, my favorite rapper. I still listen to Cole. Like if Kendrick and Cole dropped the album today, I'm listening to Cole's album way before Kendrick album. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I relate to Cole. Cole's still my favorite. Number 3, Kanye West, the greatest. Yeah, you say yeah. Kanye West, the greatest. Come on, bro. I mean, he's the greatest musical artist.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we're talking about like writers. Obviously, this is your 5, so I'm not debating your 5.
No, but
I don't know if I put him in my 5. I don't remember if I did.
No, you say yeah.
Did I say yeah?
You say yeah.
Okay.
And Ye got some. Hey, listen, Ye can write still. I mean, I was hurt when I found out he didn't write Jesus Walks. That hurt me. But he still got, you know what I'm saying? He still got us writers credits.
Okay. So you said Jay,
Kendrick, Ye, Lil Wayne.
Wayne next.
Wayne 4th, without question. That 5th spot always tough, bro. That 5th spot always tough. But yeah, man, you know what?
What you mean? You not about to say?
I'm finna get that shit J. Cole.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Cause like who else I'm gonna put? I was gonna put.
So Drake not in your top 5.
Ooh, dang. Jesus. There's too many people, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you can do top 5 anymore. I feel bad sliding Pac also. I listen to
I love Pac. Listen. I love Pac. But the 90s is I'm just like I love Pac. Pac is beautiful. Pac is amazing. I love Big. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I think people don't surpass them.
Okay.
They go hate me. The older generation go hate me. Just like Michael Jordan. Come on, bro. The 90s is done, boss. Even though I got Jay-Z up in that much. But Jay-Z still be dropping, bro. Jay-Z got the most number 1 albums ever. I'm just saying.
What was 444?
444, that was a few years ago. What was that, like 2018 or something like that?
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a little later.
You know? Last one, top 5 all-time musicians. Period. No, any genre.
Yay. That's tough.
I hit him with the tough questions, bro.
Yay. Michael.
Yeah, the GOAT.
Adele.
I love it. I used to have debates about Adele versus Beyonce, just strictly vocals.
Man.
Because Adele vocals, if we're talking strictly vocals.
Man. Adele
different.
Next
Adele ain't dancing.
Especially her last project.
Like Beyonce, but no, them vocals. Hello. It's me. Come on. Come on. I was like, Jesus.
Yay, Michael. Adele. Rihanna.
Okay, Riri, billionaire.
Shout out Riri.
So what? That one more?
Yeah. I might have put Drake in there again.
I love it. I mean, bro,
Yeah, that might be my 5.
5 is tough. I know I can give you my top 3 without question. Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder.
Ooh, forgot about Stevie.
Yeah, I think Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder are actually tied for the greatest of all time.
Forgot about Stevie.
And then I think I got Kanye in there right after them. He's the greatest musical artist of our generation.
I think he's got the best discography.
Bro, the catalog is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Catalog is crazy, bro. So that's Ye. I mean, I said Mike, Stevie, Ye. I'm going to throw Prince in there.
It's crazy. I don't know too much Prince.
Hey, no, I love it.
I've studied Prince. I studied.
You know Mike though.
Yeah, I know Mike.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I know a decent amount about Prince. I've been studying Prince and the Beatles.
Beatles. See, and they in my top 5 too.
I might have thrown them in there.
That's what I was gonna put in my top 5. People don't understand the Beatles, bro.
No, they were different level.
They don't get it, bro.
Like completely next level.
Yes, like
nobody was touching them,
bro. Like, and it's like I do understand the arguments that they say Beatles sometimes overrated, and the only way that I think the Beatles is overrated is, this is my personal opinion, when y'all put them above Michael Jackson. I'm just saying. That's what I say. They overrated when I see the list of the Beatles above Michael Jackson. But other than that, bro, come on now. They were playing instruments. They were writing their songs. They invented psychedelic music. Like, come on. They were on a whole different level. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, my guy, and George Harrison. Shout out to the Beatles. So now I want to talk a little bit about your single, bro. Yeah. And I'm going to cut this up. And this going to be the first reel I even drop tomorrow. So yeah, talk to me a little bit about your single, man. Hey, we had to cut off because, storage issues, blah blah blah. Here we go. So what's going on with the single, Cam?
Yeah. So I'm releasing a single called Kempton Conversations, produced by my homie Clay Harlow. The story of the song is, or at least the way it came to be, was I was at the Kempton Hotel. I used to go there and just sit in the lobby and work on my laptop. Partially because I knew like the clientele that would move in and out of there, but I also just loved the aesthetics. And I gave an NBA player a flyer with my music, and the hotel didn't like that I did that. They came up to me. One, they thought I gave them drugs, I guess. But I was like, nah, I just gave them a flyer with my music. They're like, do you know who that was? And I was like, yeah. And so the security came back to me. He was like, yeah, we spoke with the NBA and they want you to leave the hotel, because I guess they took it as me, like, I don't know, like soliciting and like promoting my stuff in the hotel. So that night we left the hotel. I ended up driving back to the crib, and then that night Clay texted me the beat to the song. And I met Clay because I put this clip on TikTok of my high school choir. It went viral, like semi-viral. I think it was like 18K likes or something like that. And he saw it and he reached out to me. And so the whole way that this song came together is kind of crazy. But that night he just texted me the beat, and I wrote the whole record that night in the car, sitting in like the Taco Bell parking lot. And now it's been over a year since I wrote it. We finally got the final video done. We've shot like 6 different videos, and I haven't been happy with any of them, but we finally got one that I feel good about, and so now it's time for the record.
I can't wait to check that mug out. You said 6 different videos, so you're a perfectionist. Yeah. You not dropping them until...
It's my fault at times, yeah.
Because I know sometimes that'll be tough, because I mean, one is show art that you're putting out, so you want the best quality. Yeah. But like, how do you decipher between what's good and what's not, bro? Is it just feeling?
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, I think it's just feeling. I think it's really just like, do you feel something when you hear it? Yeah. And like, even something with this song, I was debating specific changes on it, and like to this day, sitting in the seat right now, I'm still debating like, dang, should I have changed that or not? But I think at the end of the day, it's just like knowing that you're okay enough with it, and then just putting it out.
I love it.
I love it. Snippet?
Yes, play that mug right now, boss. Let's play that bug. We go here, little sneak peek.
First 30.
Come on now.
Hold on. You want to intro it? Like, this is Kempton Conversations.
This right here is Kempton Conversations by the one and only Cam Will. Make sure y'all tune. Make sure y'all check this single out on Friday, June 14th. Let's get it.
This ain't that type of night out where you gon' question me all night with insecurities you got that you built from some other guy. I'm out here tryna make the best of me. You keep fucking up my energy with questions, G. With my nigga on usual, he rocked the ball fade. Told him to look even more player when he rocked the braids. Having killing conversations, ended up meeting Toscano. Did he ever really check my music out? Hell if I know why. Shiggy run this other guy that blew me off and then why. Feelings hit deep, I ain't mad, I'm just like, what it do, cuz I'm tryna introduce ya to this bro that got work.
Yeah.
Cam. Hold on, time out, because that's not Milwaukee music. You feel what I'm saying? This is trying to get to another level. You trying to become the next Kanye. What? I don't want to say the next Kanye West because you want to just be the only Cam Will.
Have you ever seen Snowfall?
Yes.
The concept of how he went to go find the crack rock, brought it back to his city. This is how I feel. Like I went and I did. Like I was in Louisville within the past like 365. I spent like half of that in Louisville, and I just love the energy of Louisville. Shout out to Louisville first off, and everybody from Louisville that's taking me in.
Second home,
literally. And I just love their like aura. I love their aesthetics. I love the music, and it felt like when I got there, I was like, "Yo, this is like me. Like it feels good to be here." And so like that's like more of the type of music that I started to like what Bryson was on coming up, and Jack, and like that like fun, that their bounce. They just got a bounce, and so I literally was in search of the bounce. I used to always say that, and I went to Louisville and found it. So
the bounce. Cam was in search of the bounce, and he found the bounce. So make sure I check out Kempton Conversations on Friday, June 14th. It's gonna be popping. It's gonna go crazy. You got the visuals dropping with it.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it, bro. Come on. This is a Milwaukee legend.
I would say soon to be.
Nah, bro. You already is, bro. You're the greatest soccer player in Brown Deer history.
That's true.
Like, bro, that's a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot.
Yeah.
Not even talking about the music yet.
That's just how it works.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, man, Cam, I want to thank you so much for coming on here, bro. Just go way back. Yeah. We came full circle here, doing what we got to do. You just got done watching. So first off, when I point to you, all I need you to say is we catch him. So whenever I point to you, just say we catch him.
All right.
You just got done watching another episode of YDC Dream Catchers Podcast, where we don't chase dreams. Nah.
We catch him.
We catch him.